It looks like in the sleepover club that they got going on in a whole separate villa, they're going to have a recoupling. We see Maya Jama in the preview. I don't know whether it's going to be a thing where all of them go back, but they just have to choose whether they want to recouple or not, or whether it's a thing where like they have the option to bring someone back and they don't, because they kept talking about in the episode, oh, if they bring someone back, it's a wrap. They bring someone back as a wrap, but it didn't make clear whether that was going to be the outcome. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Could somebody like confirm for me or not? But that's what it's looking like. So obviously we have Emily, Helena, Dijon, and Ramel, and then we've got Will, Giorgio, Caprice, and Poppy. Ramel is getting along with Poppy. Dijon is getting along with Caprice. Giorgio is getting along with Helena. And Will isn't getting along with Emily. So obviously I feel like automatically we're looking at the boys, right? Because the girls, Helena's not in a couple. Emily is in a situationship with Connor that is not going well. We don't really care about Emily, to be honest. We care about Dijon and Ramel. And this episode, Dijon is keeping his cool, and I feel like I wouldn't put it past him to couple up with Caprice, but I feel like he's gonna stick with Megan. And I feel like the conduct that we saw on the first day pretty much said it. Yes, he's flirting. Yes, he's being a bit cheeky, but he didn't sleep in the bed with her. And I feel like it's just going to be a running theme. We saw it with Melisha. He likes to flirt, but he's going to go back to Megan. It's very much like Megan is what home is. That's his end game. Megan is going to be his end game regardless. He might couple up with Caprice. I don't know. They had a bit of flirty chemistry, but I don't know. I feel like Caprice was giving more like she was flirting, but then she kept mentioning marriage and stuff. And I feel like that probably scared him off or gave him the ick. Her constantly talking about marriage. But then it's like, Melisha coming with the Vixen energy didn't really work. So maybe she's trying out something new. I think maybe it would be better if it wasn't in this environment. Maybe she could get to know him better on that level. But yeah, I'm not sure if she's done enough to for Dijon to couple up and face Megan's wrath. Because I think he's also thinking about that as well. Does he want to face Megan's wrath? Is Caprice worth it to face Megan's wrath? Right now, I would say he's probably not going to couple up with Caprice. Then we have Ramel. Now, Ramel, I think there's a far higher chance. In the end, he's been entertaining Poppy. Poppy is very much feeling him. He said that right now his number one is still Alima, but he said it's not going to take much for Poppy to replace Alima. Like, she doesn't have to do much. And his emphasis is that basically Alima's a slow burner, but Poppy is ready to be physical straight away. But I'm pretty sure we've seen them kissing and stuff in the bed. I'm pretty sure somebody said that they were dry humping. So, like, what are we talking about here? Are you talking about busting it wide open? Like, is that what you want? Like, like, what are we talking about here? Because there was this one point in the episode where he was like, oh, so what do you want to do? And she was like, oh, I can't say. And he was like, oh, why don't you show me? Huh? Show what? I mean, we've already seen them in bed together. He was fast to be in bed day one. Alima. So I think if anyone is going to, well, we know there's one guaranteed couple, which is going to be Helena and Giorgio. But I think there's a good chance that Ramel will recouple. He's very thirsty. I think Poppy is willing to put out. So yeah, I think he might go and entertain that. He might end up back with Alima. We don't know. But Alima is basically saying, like, if he comes back with somebody else, if he disrespects her, blah, 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 she's gone. She's a one-strike babe. And I get it, but it's Love Island, babe. So I don't know. I feel like in Love Island, you have to settle a little bit. You have to manage a little bit. I don't know. Maybe she could couple up with Shay, but then Shay called her hard work. But Shay ain't got nobody either. So I feel like she might just have to go with Shay and be a default couple there. That's what it's looking like. But yeah, so I think it's going to be quite interesting. But I think Ramel, there's a high probability of him recoupling with Poppy. And if he doesn't, or if he does and goes groveling back to Alima, I think it's going to be purely because of optics. Everybody knows, every black person going in there knows how the black community feels, right? Leaving a black babe for a white babe, he knows his days are numbered. So if he doesn't recouple with Poppy, that will solely be the reason why, because he doesn't want to face the black community's wrath. What's he going to use? His head or his other head? Like I said, it's very obvious that Helen is going to get with Giorgio. Then we have Emily. She's on the fence with this war because she's hung up on Connor, holding out hope for Connor. All the signs have said that he don't want you and he's not interested in you. But Emily's very much in Delulu land. So I don't really care what she does, but it's like if she doesn't bring anyone back, then, you know, she's hung out to dry anyway. And if she does end up with Connor, it's because Megan sacked him off for Tommy. So, I don't know. Is this a juicy twist? Like, I feel like, honestly, it's getting a little bit boring. Like, this twist didn't really give what it needed to give just because, like, Dijon, we saw him. He's kind of bark and no bite, right? Until he actually starts playing around, him flirting with other girls is not really doing anything for me. Remel, he's not really a main character. The only appeal is that he's with Alima, right? Alima's the star of the show, and Remel's just there, and we're managing Remel. So it's just kind of like we're gonna see. We're just waiting to see how Alima reacts if he couples up with Poppy, right? We're just really waiting to see what happens there. And then obviously Helena and Emily, I couldn't really care less. But yeah, let me know you guys' predictions if there is a recoupling, like I think there's gonna be. And yeah, what do we think about the goings-ons at the Sleepover Club?